automated. I don't know. We'll get there. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry. I just walked in too. Yuri, were you practicing piano again? Dah. Uh, 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 uh. Well, we're off to a good start, so we'll get there. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this. Wait. And now pick. Wait. Piano. Is this where we were? Did. I don't know. I'm feeling deja vu here. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess patience. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too.
Ah! I can't wait for the festival! It's gonna be great!
Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden.
Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Ooh, no. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Hello, hello, Dread Monkey. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing today?
Oh, come on! Are you saying you don't like squid?
No.
You, of all people!
Eh, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right in your name, Monica.
Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Dot, dot, dot. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Siori's anyway.
Hey, Squidzy, how are you doing today? Excuse me. Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. Chores never end, do they? I am here. Giveaway will be happening. The first one will be coming up before we know it. So, anyone active in chat, you know, you get you'll get a chance to be selected. So, um, I mean, I don't know if you're thinking of anything else, but as far as I see, I just gotta hit a button. Unless you want to add like announcements or something. I don't have anything like that set up. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. Wave my hand in front of her face. Yep, yep. Yeah, I thought it was going to be more complicated, but apparently I guess I just hit a button and it'll announce it, question mark? Um, first time doing a giveaway, so let's see what happens. I mean, I think both are. Yeah, both.
Eh?
You're spacing out again.
Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, y'all worry too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Shaori shows me a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Ugh! Regret, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed something up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Regret. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, no. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about her well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Eh?
Are you sure about that? One second. I'm falling. Okay, we're back. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. I'm still alive. So there's that. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing in her mind is you, Regret. Ah, good old regret on the mind. Makes everyone downcast. Alright.
Nut.
Me? Nut. How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know?
Eh?
She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Bruh. Sayori is always like that, bruh. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not. Ow. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Regret. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? Dot, dot, dot. Ugh, I've said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah, alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? Glance around the room. Suddenly, a wild Yuri appears. I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. God damn it! Never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. Dot, dot, dot. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But, dot, dot, dot. I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, dot, dot, dot. It's something that I do a lot, lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. Dot, dot, dot. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, guess you're right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, come, then I would be glad to listen. Nah, it's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic.
Eh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Oh, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Regret. The world is full of meaning, comma, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, comma, no matter how well you may know them. Dot.
Eh?
So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what they may be going on inside her head. Dot, dot, dot. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Semicolon. Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori. She really dot 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 means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Dot, dot, dot. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, dot, dot, dot. A person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, comma, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware of in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you dot 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 feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me way too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. Not nearly as sophisticated as you. Aha. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yep. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Black screen! Dot! 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 Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make my eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Black screen. Who should I show my poem to first? Who do we show it to first, guys? Who do we show it to first? Snim. Snim. Who in Snim do we show it to first? We're going once. We're going twice. We're going.
dot, dot, dot. Hmm. It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh?
I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. Squiggle line. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Regret.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
Alright, just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
If you insist.
Yay, Squiggle. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori?
Tell Monica I wasn't feel well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Bunch of dots.
Hey, man! This is seriously a step backwards.
Huh?
I liked your last two way better than this one. I mean, I guess I can't be mad at you for trying different things. As long as you're not trying to impress you or something like that. Gross.
Okay, okay. Like you said, I'm allowed to try new things. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
That? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
That's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah. Natsuki's elbows connect with my stomach.
Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too.
Dot, dot, dot. How do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Oh, maybe it's funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki.
Anyway,
Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened.
I'll be a beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The waters of your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you dream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Watch your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Oh,
I was trying to scroll. I was trying to scroll. No.
Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things. I wanted to try something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach.
So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after you and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic to try to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Yuri. Dot, dot, dot. Regret. Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Dot, 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 semicolon. Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad. Dot, dot, dot. I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Regret. During lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it, anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with, or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face, or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know, semicolon. And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, regret. Hello, hello. Ibtubus B? Lol. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, it's time. So, we are here with the first coldest water bottle giveaway, gift card giveaway, out of 5. So, if you would like to have a chance to win, please do exclamation mark raffle. Yeah, let's do that. Exclamation mark raffle. Exclamation mark raffle. There we go. So, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to get that in, and then we will pull our first winner. And the code will be DM to you here on Twitch, just so you know. It's I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't till now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Regret. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things, but every time you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then F them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends, and I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? Um, if you put it that way, yeah, we really are friends now, aren't we? Alright, guys, I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna hit the button. Button. Ah, look, Squidzy won. No, no. I mean, we have five. We have five, and so we'll have another chance here at three. That was not supposed to happen. Look, the RNG gods have spoken, and here in like 20 minutes we're going to be doing another one. So, yep, yep. So let me do that again. There are five chances to win. Whisper. Boom. One down. Now, if it tries to pick you again at here at three, we'll roll it again. But again, there are five chances, so we got four more codes to give away. We'll be doing it every half hour. So stick around, wait for that message to ask for the raffle, and you'll be entered. Yuri puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yes. Nice. Enado. I do. Let me get it for you. Ghost under the light, part two. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing in the distance a blue green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds, the silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers, my heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding. I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Alright, we got 5 drinky boys. Let's do that. Hello, hello. Welcome. Again, we are doing coldest water bottle gift card giveaways. We've got 4 more to go. We're doing it every half hour until they are gone, gone, gone. So stick around, and on the next giveaway, we will make an announcement. Type in slash or exclamation mark. You know, the line with the dot. And then raffle, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri, but instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Dot, dot, dot. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. Also, this clearly isn't the poem that Natsuki said she wrote about. Meaning, I'm probably the only one she's showing this to. I I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Dot, dot, dot. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can, um, the poem is. Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always, you always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yep, don't you worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yep, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Monica. I regret. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Ha 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 ha! Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Dot dot dot? Your style's gotten so refined, regret. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these last few days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. Hmm. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's lying. Ha 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 ha. He's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, line. I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, novel isn't too bad either, you know. All right, Squiggly. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up, so if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality, they're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, Squiggly. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, right? Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of like things that'll give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. Never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for the day. Thank you for listening. Black screen. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out.
Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez, why is the meat so weird today? Look, even Jerry isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe? Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. I'm good, Noddle. How are you today? Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously, all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. I feel that, Noddle. I feel that. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What did she say? Yeah, anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yori, dot, dot. Yuri, you can, uh, um,
Dot, dot, dot.
guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I, I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know.
Dot, dot, dot.
Now, Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Suri enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Uh, that might be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know, so you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Regret. The one who is truly useless. Ah, ha, ha, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuka and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? Uh, I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. Um, if I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Regret may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard can it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds like you're just making excuses for a grade two.
What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Regret to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in.
You literally just said,
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though.
jeez, can we just settle this already?
Yes. Regret, you're going okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Ah, of course.
Hmm.
Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to spend time with Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me?
Are you serious? Why would you?
Natsuki. I can already tell you're about to say something mean.
No, I was just saying.
Ugh. So, you'll be helping Yuri then, Regret? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself?
I mean, yeah, I already said I'd be fine.
Okay, okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Regret? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. At least good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki?
Dot, dot, dot.
Natsuki.
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No line. That's not what I meant at all. Uh, Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Regret picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so.
I get it, I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though.
Why?
Um, well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden.
I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Hey guys, in a couple minutes we're gonna be doing the next giveaway. So type Jesus Christ, exclamation mark raffle into chat now for a chance to win a coldest water bottle gift card. Woo woo! We'll be pulling the winner here in a few minutes, so make sure to get into chat now. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Hey, for telling me. Oh, wait. Does that say? Is that no sound? Without audio. Well, you can't hear me, but hello. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that's how that worked. Cool. That that's kind of cool. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No, I kind of appreciate it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this.
Ooh.
You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event.
Uh, I believe you. Yuck. Duh. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Alright, let's get out of here then.
Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. uh, um,
Eh?
I turn around. Sorry. I realize that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think dot dot dot. That would be the best way, yes. Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. Just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright, in that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter either way. So I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. Not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Regret. I think that will make a very productive team. Alright, guys. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing. Roll it. Pow. Well, 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 well. Well, well, well. Congrats, Fatality. You met the requirements. You met the requirements, so there's the second one. We'll be doing. Yeah, it's something. Yep, you gotta be active in chat for a chance to win. We still have 3 more chances with another one coming up before you know. We will be giving away all 5 today. So make sure to stick around and when we call for it to get your mixed chat on. So congrats Fatality on your code, and I look forward to seeing who gets the next one. Even if you'd only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? Dot, dot, dot. I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? uh, I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Uh, Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yep, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. Black screen. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this a chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming. Hello? Hello? Ring ring! Headphones randomly turn themselves off again. Don't know why they do that. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. Keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri's clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori?
Hey, regret.
I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly want to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today?
Yeah, but wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true, but what about you? Aren't you going to help Monica today?
Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
So it's just me and Yuri that. Wait, hold up! Are we here already? What do you know that I do not? What do you know that I do not?
Yeah.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, right?
Eh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and I still express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me all at all. You wouldn't have cared. You wouldn't even come think about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It's just run torture me.
Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something's happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this, so tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it.
Eh, eh, eh.
Sorry gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, Gray. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You just seen it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You really just gonna make me say, are you, Gray? I guess I have no choice this time. Thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Why do you think Kitty always takes my papa out? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I foot in your house worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put in their energy and carry the waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like, and that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me.
I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori?
Eh?
Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you, even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand it, Howard, Gray. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bad being thrown against my head. That's why I wanted it so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get close with everyone in the class, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Ha ha.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Cray. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face.
I made you join the nature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace.
Ah, ah! Regret!
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Regret?
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
Nah, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Regret? I.
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
Da, da, da. I. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. Don't understand any of these feelings, Regret. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hug's so warm, and that's really scary too.
Saori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun, right?
yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you?
Uh, um, uh,
It's what I want. I promise.
uh, I think that would be nice there.
Yeah. Saori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
Nah, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Uh, thank goodness. You're a little early. Sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Oh, I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. Should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. Take Yuri to my room. First thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Hmm. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. Uh, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. All right, we're gonna get that hydrate. Yeah, he's got some. He's got some. He's got things that have seen things in that drawer. So should we get started? Uh, yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. Didn't know you plan on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
So that makes you a gay robot.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Absolutely. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Uh, intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh, yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, comma. So I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Oh, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can boop the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut
pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fashion the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of Potet passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense. Dot, 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 as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Regret. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright, sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife.
Eh?
The knife is strangely beautiful. Silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, comma, maybe, dot, dot, dot. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Ah ha ha ha. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. So, well, it's an interesting thing to be into, I guess, but I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. Take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Regret. Why did you do that? It's in my name. I mean, what? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. I. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. I. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sure. It was a little weird, but took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Regret. Did you just do that? Now we're even. Dot, dot, dot. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird. Regret. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. Oh, oh, put in, do your thing. Exclamation mark raffle now for a chance to win. We're gonna give you guys a couple minutes. Get exclamation raffle into chat for a chance to win a coldest water bottle gift card. Woot woot. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this one, Yuri. Oh, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablet. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. Be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water's okay. If you fill the cups too much, they'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes. Come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, I'm going to write, make sure to put exclamation mark raffle into chat now so that you can have a chance to win. It
It will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Uh, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me, making things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Yes. Well, I'm gonna go hit the button. Roll it. There are no eligible, so there is no eligible people. So we'll try this again here in about 20 minutes. Make sure to put in exclamation mark raffle for a chance to win. Woo woo. Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Barb! Yay for Barb! I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Hello, Barb. How you doing, buddy? You having a good Barbie day? Gah! So sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me.
Oni-chan?
It's not your fault. Oh, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, it's your face! Ha ha ha! Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. Didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait, line.
Huh?
Just for a bit longer. It feels really nice.
Ah.
I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books, almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrists send a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Ah, Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little bit lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Look at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, comma, then have you bring it in the morning, Dot. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew! Ha ha ha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit, semicolon? Ah, no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we'd have extra time after finishing the work. Well, dot, dot, dot. Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And dot, dot, dot. The important thing is that we got everything done, comma, right? Semicolon. Yeah, so I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment, but that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I'll walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. Glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. Kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Ah, forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Regret. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori?
Eh? Yeah. Hi, regret.
Sayori! Just now we weren't.
It's okay, regret. I just stopped by to say hi.
Uh, um, well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave.
Ah, really? That's too bad.
I'm sorry, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right?
Of course.
Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried to stay in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me.
Lying.
Why am I feeling this way, Regret? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Well, Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Regret. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just
Monica? Monica's right about what?
that.
Sayori. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But
Sayori looks away. Put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Regret. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started liking you too much. I did this to myself. Great. I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel.
And. That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. Slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you.
You know what? You guys get to choose. Which response are we going with? Which one are we going with? Put it in chat now. We gonna confess our love for our friend, or are we gonna say that we'll always be dearest friends? What are we gonna go with? What are we gonna go with? We got one. We got one vote in. We got any more that want to come in? Anybody else? All right. Well, boom. I love you.
Eh?
Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you're truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy.
Regret.
Suddenly, Suri wraps her arms tightly around me.
Regret. Is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sorori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you, Regret. I want to be with you forever.
Everybody loves regret.
Me too.
Dot, dot, dot. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Regret.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again, but no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay, I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What do you say? I don't want to think about those things, you know?
I want everything to be the same as it always had been, even if we are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, McGray. Sori gazed at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
My name is Michael
J
J.
Caboose.
And
I hate babies.
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me, but that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. The day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yura and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Regret. You're the first one here. Oh, thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing.
Choke me like you hate me, but you love me.
Appropriate, yeah. That is in fact the poem that we will be reading, that we will be performing. Just so you guys know. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? Ha ha ha! You should take a little responsibility for her regret. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. Grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. Flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during the practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh.
Get out of my head, 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 time to finish, get out of my head, get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished, it just starts moving.
Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I got a pit in my stomach. Regret was wrong. Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori. So well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna give you a few minutes. Go ahead and put in exclamation mark raffle into chat now. Over the next few minutes for a chance to win a coldest water bottle gift card. We've got several more left, so feel free to put it in now. Put it in now. Get it. Yeah, boy. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. If you would like to put in, it is exclamation mark raffle. You gotta put in the full thing and you will be entered to win. Win, win, win. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Walking up in her own house? Waking her up in her own house? That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh. 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 What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Ooh. Oh. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be here for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do
will bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Ah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. Das Verdania, comrade. Thank you for the follow. Oh, what is this? Why is it? Why is it all? That was a wild ride, and I don't know what this is about. But new game is weird. New game has gone wonk doodle. You're not done. Okay, so I clicked it. Okay, I thought that was the end of the game. Click.
Eh?
See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were. Wait, what? You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today? But wait, what's going on? But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, as we fall down the rabbit hole, we're going to select a winner. So, roll it. And Toes Yummy, you win. Welcome and congratulations. Your code will be in your DMs here on Twitch. Enjoy. The hell is going on over here? Now we're starting the day over again. Surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school. I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. What's going on? Hey, Lethal. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Thank you, thank you. We are giving away gift cards too. Coldest water bottle. We have 2 more to give away today. So stick around. We'll be doing another one here in less than 30 minutes. So good luck. And what is going on here? Perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. We going to the anime club? School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Regret? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here.
It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year.
Run.
Yeah, that sounds legit. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. What did you come in here for anyway? Ugh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Um, ha ha ha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything reading, poetry, writing. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yes, funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hmm. Hey, regret. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ugh, awesome. You're really sweet, Regret. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I bring a guest with me. I guess.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Regret. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Uh, it's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Regret in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, you know.
So sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Regret? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table.
Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new one.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a set of tea. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Ah ha ha! Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, regret. What kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
Manga?
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds.
I feel like we've gone through this before.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious that by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, comma, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Ah ha ha! I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, is that so? Really? If a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Hello, hello. Welcome, Carlos. Thank you for the follow. You are just in time. We'll be doing another draw for the giveaway here in a few. We'll be looking for people to put exclamation mark raffle for a chance to win. So stick around and maybe you can get yourself a nifty little gift card to Coldest Water Bottle. Thanks to Coldest Water Bottle for supplying the gift cards that we have to give away today. There's friggin' awesome of them and super appreciative of it. That's right. You usually like to write all about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say that loud. Give that back.
Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki averts her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Duh, duh, duh.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Eh?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Mm, Ah, I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Regret?
Hold on. Still one problem.
Yeah, what's that?
Now that we reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare at me with dejected eyes.
But, I'm sorry. I thought.
Hmm.
Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Regrets. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need four, and I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival,
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed, so if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Ah, my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Regret? Yeah, could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you're just really just left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Regret is so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembered tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Regret, I look forward to seeing you, how you express yourself. Hee hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Well, will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me, and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yes. Stare at the dot to reveal a special message. Ta. Boom. Okay. Uh, dark, dark dream, entropy, misfortune, of termination, fantasy, disoriented and unrestrained, contamination of a marshmallow, made for melancholy, depression. There was a starscape of unrequited judgment, Doki Doki, vertigo, infallible, fester. Okay, you guys get to choose the last word. What is the last word you guys would like to go with? Go ahead and vote now in chat. Whatever word y'all want. Any word. Every word. A wordy word. No? Okay, we're going with. Oh, there's one. Essence. Hi again, Regret. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my own word. Well, back at the Literature Club, I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Regret. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Yeah, it's looking like the delay is a bit dumb.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Ah, come on, like he deserved being slight. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki certainly he have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Hello, Rob. Welcome to the channel. We are getting through this wild roller coaster of a ride. It is quite crazy. How are you doing today? Yes. We will be doing another raffle drawing here in a few minutes. We'll get it started, and I will let you guys know. And we've got 2 more gift cards to give away. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga's literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. That's pretty cool, Rob. Squidzy, that sounds awesome. Oh no, Boba sounds cool. You sense Act 2? I have no idea. I don't have a clue. I don't know where we're at. I don't know what's going on. I don't really know much of anything, so we'll just keep going.
I'm sorry, Regret. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Whee! Well, can't really say no either way. Like I said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Let me get caught back up. Bobas and books. That sounds like a freaking awesome day. That sounds freaking awesome. All right, so let's see poetry. Um, yeah, Squidzy said as long as it's not spammed on here, it doesn't contain spoilers or any kind of backseat stuff. As this is my first playthrough of this game. As long as he doesn't break TOS in any way. Yeah, you go for it.
That I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches to her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Iced blueberry green tea sounds delicious.
And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
Alright, guys, right now is the time. Put exclamation mark raffle into chat if you'd like to enter the giveaway for a Coldest Water Bottle gift card. Thanks to Coldest Water Bottle for supplying these gift cards that we can give away today. We do have 2 more to give out, so please feel free to join. And good luck to all of you. I'll hit that button here in a couple minutes. And we'll see who wins the next one. Woo woo.
Discuss it if you wanted.
This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. Think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I'm in danger.
That's right. Hey, Noddle-chan, if you'd like to join the giveaway, make sure to type in the full word exclamation mark raffle into chat now. We are taking everybody who is interested in getting a gift card. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so.
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book.
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start rereading it soon. I'm glad to hear.
Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Well, hmm.
Look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned
Into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood.
I want to read that book. It sounds awesome.
But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, and not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of. I'm gonna go click the button. Roll it. Robmaster15 has won this one. Congrats, Rob Master. Congrats. Congrats. We have one more code. This code will be in your DM here on Twitch. So congratulations to you. We will have one more chance to win coming up here in about 20 minutes. So stick around for one last chance at a gift card. Woot woot. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Uh, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Regret?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this type of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil,
Oh, hello.
but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but
Ah, what are you saying? Let me just get the book, quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my book bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped in the seat next to Yuri's.
uh, yeah,
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. It is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read is not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
So sorry. I was just bathing in that.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean,
Ah ha ha. Here, this should work, right? Slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready
Eh?
to turn the page? Sorry. Think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Uh-huh. That's why you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? No, never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Haha. Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Eh?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little.
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Regret. Did something happen just now?
Eh?
I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Aha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Eh?
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while. So I just figured we'd just start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, just asking. Stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. Who should show my poem to first? Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot dot dot. Wait, what? Hold up. No, go back. Hold up. Go back. Hold up. So that just happened. That was a thing that just happened. And
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Hey, Grant, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
Well, what? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly.
Oh, we've read this one before. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. We have an intelligent, antediluvian peafowl. Ritzmitz. Ah, Twitch clips. How amazing your naming conventions are. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style shouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things would be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I regret. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new here and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Regret. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know, but it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Monica, my poem. Great job, Regret. I was going all in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it's always counts when I put in some effort. Ah ha ha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's being used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly.
Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yori!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Eh?
Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time that you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my feels, I brandish my pen. Alright. So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ah, ha, ha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Uh, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, comma. But it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. This is my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Dot, dot, dot. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Dot, dot, dot. Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth but ends up covering her whole face.
I, uh,
He's going to hate me. Hello, hello, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you, Rebecca Rogue, for raiding us. Welcome, everybody, to the channel. We are here in Doki Doki Literature Club currently. We are doing coldest water bottle gift card giveaways. Our final one is coming up here in a few minutes. So stick around and good luck. How are you doing today, Rebecca Rowe? How are you doing? How was stream? How are things?
um,
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Awesome, awesome. Oh, Stray. That one looks that Stray looks like a ton of fun. Actually, Squidzy or Fatali, can we get a shout out, please? Please. Oh. Oh. Right. That looks like so much fun. There you go. Call of Duty. Stray and then Call of Duty. Two very, very different games. But sound like a ton of fun.
Eh? That's
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
What am I getting so nervous for? Uh,
Yuri takes a breath. Shoo. What kind of writing? Oh.
what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Dot, dot, dot. Well, I know that. I just mean, uh, um,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make the style more very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though, dot, dot, dot.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, everybody. Exclamation mark raffle into chat now. We'll be. I'll be hitting that button here in 5 minutes. I'll be hitting that button in 5 minutes, so we will pick our final winner for today. Good luck to each and every one of you.
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Dot, dot, dot. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh?
That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghost theory?
Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about the ghost at all, Regret.
Really? I must totally miss the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh?
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so.
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Regret.
Ah, me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh?
Did you say something?
Nah, that's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Oh, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, button time. And we're rolling. Congrats, Noddle-chan. The troublemaker herself. Congratulations, you win. Woot woot. The code will be sent to you into your DMs here on Twitch. Congratulations! That is the final code we had for today. Congratulations again to all the winners, you awesome folks. Thank you for everybody who participated. And I look forward to the next giveaway that we do. Huge shout out and thanks to Coldest Water Bottle for supplying the gift codes that we had to give away today for all you guys. They're freaking awesome to work with, and they have an awesome product. So go and check them out if you haven't. And you can use our code if you like. Congrats again to Noddle-chan. I think we're going to be looking for a saving point here in a few minutes. We'll be looking for a place to stop so that we can switch over to our next game, Assassin's Creed Origins. We'll be heading back to Egypt and uncovering clues and secrets out there.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Regret did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change any time soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Regret liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I said. You're just,
Yuri stands up as well.
maybe you're just jealous that Regret appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Regret started showing up.
No, Natsuki.
Natsuki, this little, this
Doesn't involve
You taking out your own securities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
me. Look who's talking. You want to be edgy? Oh,
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
see? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Regret hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after that.
Suddenly Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Regret. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started.
The words of the others.
What is going on? What is going on?
He'll regret. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay?
All right, so we stepped outside. We're gonna save it.
Save. Empty slot.
And we're going to pick up here the next time that we schedule this game. We are going to be switching over to Assassin's Creed Origins, so feel free to stick around, hang out as we make the transition into another awesome game. If you can't stick around, thank you for coming and hanging out.